What if I told you that the secret to feeling stronger, more energized, and even looking younger isn't in a pill or a magic cream, but in lifting weights? If that made you raise an eyebrow, stick with me, because today we're talking about why strength training is the ultimate game changer for women over 50.
Living our best life, it's good to be alive, but it's best to truly live. Let your spirit fly, celebrate the journey every single day. Aging with grace and style in our own special way.
Hey girl, welcome back to Aging with Grace and Style, where we tackle aging with grace, confidence, and yes, sometimes some weights. We're all about thriving in this season of life, not just surviving. With that being said, if you're new, welcome. I'm Valerie, and today we're busting myths, breaking down science, and getting real about why strength training is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself as you age. Now, before we start picturing heavy barbells and bodybuilders, let me assure you, this is not about trying to look like a fitness model. This is about preserving your health, mobility, and your quality of life. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I always tell you, we are in this together. You know that moment when you realize your energy isn't what it used to be, when carrying groceries feels harder than it should. Maybe you feel weaker and notice more aches, or maybe you've heard about bone density and muscle loss as we age, and you're wondering what you can do about it. Well, today, we're going to explore why strength training might be the game changer that you've been looking for, and more importantly, how to get started safely and effectively. So let's get into it. Let me take you on my strength training journey. I'm going to be honest. I say that strength training isn't my favorite thing in the world, and I do slack off from time to time when it comes to strength training. But I've seen some things in others lately that make me realize how important it is as we age. Anyway, a couple of years ago, after my hip replacement surgery, I was doing everything that I thought was right. Cardio, endless dieting, and still something wasn't working. I felt weak. My clothes fit differently. And worst of all, I started feeling old. Then I learned about sarcopenia. That's the natural loss of muscle mass as we age. Here's the shocking part. After 30, we lose about 3 to 8% of our muscle mass per decade. And after menopause, that rate can double. Now let that sink in for a moment. My wake-up call came during a routine doctor's visit, and he was telling me that it was now time for me to have a bone density test. He explained what it was and how it could show early signs of osteoporosis or osteopenia. You know, I got nervous. While my mom always said our family has strong bones, you just never know what's going on in your body that you can't see. So during that conversation, he reiterated the importance of strength training. My bone scan was fine, but it was definitely an awakening of what could happen if I didn't get my strength life right. So let's talk about why strength training matters so much for women our age. We're not just talking about looking toned, though that's nice. We're talking about fundamental health markers that affect our daily lives. Research shows that regular strength training can, as we discussed earlier, help prevent or reverse muscle loss. It helps to maintain and build bone density. It can improve balance and stability, boost metabolism, enhance sleep quality, reduce symptoms of arthritis, improve cognitive function, increase energy levels. But perhaps the most surprising benefit is the confidence. There's just something that's incredibly empowering about feeling strong in your body. I can always tell when I've slacked off and need to get back to strength training because I start experiencing joint pain and stiffness. At first, I think it's just part of the aging process, but I don't want to allow myself to fall into that trap because it doesn't have to be part of the aging process. I swear, when I add strength training and stretching back into my routine, I feel stronger, more mobile, and I have way less pain. So now let's address some common concerns that I've heard from women in our age group. One is, won't I get bulky? Women don't have the same hormones as men to build massive muscle. And from my understanding, building bulky muscle requires very specific training and nutrition. What you're more likely to experience is feeling toned, lean, and strong. Another is, isn't it dangerous at our age? Here's the truth. What's dangerous is not maintaining our strength as we age. Falls are a leading cause of injury for older adults, and research shows that strength training is one of the best ways to prevent them. Actually, studies show that people in their 70s and 80s benefit from strength training. And another that I've heard is, I do cardio. Isn't that enough? While cardio is great for the heart or for heart health, it doesn't maintain muscle mass like strength training does. And then I think this might be the last one that I'm thinking about is, I need a gym membership. Actually, you don't. Body weight exercises, resistance bands, and dumbbells at home work just fine. Now, I would suggest, if you haven't done it before, that you try to get some instructions from a reliable source. Maybe go to the YMCA if you have one, or find a silver sneaker program. So how do you begin? Now, let me be very clear here. While I'm somewhat passionate about this and can share both from my experience and what research tells us about its benefits, I'm not a certified trainer. The most important first step is getting proper guidance to ensure that you're training safely and effectively. So let me walk you through what I've learned works best. Start by having a conversation with your doctor. This isn't just a formality. It's about understanding your specific needs and any limitations that you should keep in mind. Your doctor might even have recommendations for trainers who work with patients like you. Once you have your medical clearance, it's time to find your guide on this journey. Look for a certified personal trainer who specifically works with women our age. What you want is someone who understands the unique considerations of strength training after 50. Something to consider is their experience with postmenopausal women and their certifications for working with older adults. Don't be shy about asking questions. A good trainer will appreciate your diligence. Now, here's where you have some choices to make. And this is what I love about starting strength training today. There are so many ways to begin. Now, you might prefer one-on-one personal training sessions, which I've done in the past. Or maybe you'd feel more comfortable in small group classes specifically designed for strength training. I've done those too. I actually like group classes, but I'll be honest, Sometimes the competitive side of me kicks in and I try doing more than I should. I know it's not good, but hey, I'm just being honest. Many gyms offer orientation sessions with qualified staff, which can be a great way to get comfortable with the environment. There are even some good fitness apps that guide you through proper progressions, though I would really strongly recommend getting initial in-person guidance to help with your form and to make sure that that's right. I personally use the Peloton app because I have Peloton equipment. You don't have to have Peloton equipment to use the app. They do have a standalone app. I'm not advertising for Peloton. I'm just telling you what I use. But after you've got your support system in place, then here's what I've learned makes for a successful start. Begin with just 2 or 3 sessions a week. That's plenty. I've made the mistake of thinking more was better at first, but my trainer quickly set me straight. You want to give your body time to adapt and to recover. Something else I've discovered that makes a huge difference is combining strength work with mobility exercises. Think of it as a beautiful dance between building strength and maintaining flexibility. For me, this combination has been absolutely key to feeling great after my workouts instead of stiff and sore, and to help me with my flexibility after my hip replacement surgery. I want this hip to last for a long time. And perhaps the most important lesson that I've learned is to listen to your body. Yes, strength training should challenge you. That's how we get stronger. But there's a big difference between the good challenge of building strength and the warning signs of potential injury. Take your time, progress at your own pace, and celebrate every small victory along the way. Remember, this isn't about lifting the heaviest weight or keeping up with anyone else. Note to self. It's about building strength safely and effectively for our body, for your goals, and for your life. When I focus on this mindset rather than comparing myself to others, that's when I really begin to see changes. So let's be honest. Starting something new isn't always easy. But here's some common challenges and how to push through them. One is, I don't have time. But even 10 to 15 minutes can make a difference. Another is, I don't know where to start. Well, we've mentioned this, but you start with body weight exercises like squats or lunges and modified push-ups. Or I don't see results fast enough. This is from impatient people like me. Remember, strength training is about long-term benefits. The small wins like feeling stronger or moving better, they add up. If you've been hesitating to start, this is your sign to just go for it. You're stronger than you think, and it is never too late to take care of yourself. Before we close, let me share a couple of stories with you. It shows kind of what's possible. Margaret, one of our regular listeners, started working with a trainer at 63. She was worried about osteoporosis after her mother's hip fracture. 2 years later, not only did her bone scan show improvement, but she's also inspiring her entire friend group to get stronger. Then there's Pamela, who thought she was too old, girl at 58, to do exercises. Come on. She found a wonderful trainer at her gym who specialized in working with older adults. Now she feels stronger and more confident than ever. So, here's my challenge for you this week. Commit to just one strength training session or strength training exercise, whether it's a few body weight exercises at home or lifting light weights or even trying a YouTube workout. Just start. But be sure to check with your doctor if you have any medical concerns. Remember, you're not too old. You're not too weak. You're not too anything to start building strength. Your future self will thank you for taking this first step today. I'd love to hear how you're incorporating strength training into your routine. Comment below or send me a message over social at I am Valerie Hatcher. I'll be back next week, and I hope you will be too. Until then, remember, your strength isn't just in your body, it's in your mind and your spirit too. Keep showing up for yourself, and I will see you next time. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you loved this episode, do me a favor. Share it with a friend and leave a quick review. It's a small thing that makes a big difference. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And hey, let's keep the conversation going. Join me at pod.agingwithgraceandstyle.com for more tips, stories, and a whole lot of connection. Until next time, keep shining with grace, style, and a touch of sass.